Very welcome to another video on Power BI for sport. What we're going to do in this video is to change the column of max speed from meters per second to kilometers per hour. It can also be from kilometers per hour to meters per second, and we're just going to show you both of those options. There is a couple of ways and locations where you can actually do this. If we have a look at the table, in one of the previous videos we looked at how we can create this max speed table, so we automatically find the highest speed that any of these athletes have achieved. So make sure to check out that video if you haven't seen that already. So what we need to do now is to turn this one into kilometers per hour. And what we can do is we can come here, add a new column, and we can simply add it here. We can also create a new measure where we just simply calculate this, or we can come to the query editor. I am going to go to the query editor. This is a modification that is not going to change. It's not like how this is done is going to be modified. It is a column that is going to be static, that we're not going to modify any ratios or thresholds on. It's going to be fixed, so I prefer to do it in the query editor. The same logic will be if you do it in a table view with a new column. Regardless, what you need to do is to come to add column. We add a custom column, and we're simply going to call this one max speed, and then just kilometers per hour. And we're going to take the max speed, input that, give a little bit of a space, and we multiply that by 3.6. So we know that if this is being multiplied by 3.6, we get kilometers per hour. If we hit OK on this one, we can now see the speeds that these athletes have achieved. So if we now remove this one, we can simply do that, or we can just keep both depending on our needs. We are now ready to just load that into the data. We can see some of the values here are very high, 41 kilometers per hour. We might need to go to the data and check how that's been achieved and if that's correct. Regardless of that data quality, we can hit close and apply, and we'll let that spin a little bit, and now we get a new column. We can see that the format at the moment is just a text, so we need to turn that into a decimal number. We could have done that in the query editor, and I will go back and edit it there. If you want to do this here instead, you can simply come to add the column here. We can call this max speed option 2, just for the sake of now, and you just write in that you would like to take the max speed meters per second and multiply that by 3.6. Once you've done that, you can see that the numbers are identical if you did it in the query editor or if you did it in just the table view here. The final solution is just then come to new measure and you write the exact same calculation and you will get that score. You might need to put the max, the aggregation of max, and then type in this or column that you would like to use that aggregation on. So that is how you can easily create or modify from max speed to kilometers per hour, from meters per second to kilometers per hour. And if you wanted to do the opposite, well, obviously you just divide that by 3.6 and you get the same result. So that's how you can quickly change between the two depending on your needs. You can of course use the same functionality to create ratios, meters per minute, intensity metrics, etc. So play around a little bit with that yourself. And if you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment below, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you soon.